Yo, 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 yo. Uh, Again, much appreciate you guys for coming to join me here. I'm just gonna burn through it, just burn through it. And I just first up wanted to comment on Triple X Tentacion. I know it has nothing to do with tech sector markets. I know it has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but the X-Man. I was and if you're watching this on Facebook, preceding my post of look at me to my timeline, there's also this video regarding Jesus. So reflecting upon X in relation to and comparatively Jesus, I would say if you people are praying to the spirit of Jesus Christ, I suggest you consider that X's life was cut short at 20, and Jesus got to live to be about 30 something, mid 30s, and people refer to Jesus as God, but they don't always refer to X as God, even though X was God and is God. So yeah, just with regard to X, with regard to Juice World, both of whom died very young. Like Juice World, if I think of X, I think of Juice World, and these guys. I mean, if I inwardly, where people pray to the spirit of Jesus, I pray to the spirit of Triple X Tentacion, because 20 is very, very, very young, and without question, without question, that man knew pain. Uh, Also listening to Kamasi Washington right now. I tried to give Kamasi Washington a shout. Um, that's just what I was rocking on full album length most recently in my car. And you have to appreciate musicians and artists that are keeping up in the traditional mode, something with history like jazz music. And, you know, Miles Davis. So, um, the Street Fighter video by Kamasi Washington, a great video. Very, very well produced. Listening to these two ladies chat about crypto, back on point.
What can we expect from the SEC when it comes to crypto?
Oops, I gotta fix the sound here, because I think the sound doesn't load until I switch the drive, or the switch what's providing us with audio here. Okay, so listening to these two ladies on Bloomberg Tech, we'll see if we have anything to add.
We're talking about cryptocurrency today. What can we expect from the SEC when it comes to crypto regulation, and what are your top priorities?
Well, it's a little too early for me to tell you what to expect in terms of what our new chairman is planning to do on crypto. He has been quite outspoken already about wanting to have some oversight of the spot markets, whether that's the SEC or another federal regulatory agency.
Just one thing. If you're watching me on Twitch, I apologize that this isn't game content. I'll try to cut to some game content after I burn through this. If you're watching me on a different platform, thank you very much. I do find that there is some degree of compromised integrity. Like, you can listen to the audio quality of this woman and you can see the video quality on this. So the only thing that came to mind is that when streaming, there is huge compromising of quality in comparison to pre-recording and uploading, which is why I'm doing multiple platforms at this point. I think Twitch is a really amazing platform for live. If I'm going to do live streaming, I stick with Twitch and I just leave it to Twitch. If I'm going to do pre-recorded uploads of any kind, I'll do it to my YouTube usually. And if I'm going to do more direct social interaction, I would do Facebook, because I think each has their advantages. So I know this has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but I think it is tech sector related and it's important. I mean, each platform has advantages. So I look at LinkedIn for business related things, so I might start uploading more and pay more attention to LinkedIn. I also have I just mentioned my own stuff here. So I've got a YouTube. I've got my own YouTube channel. This is entertainment oriented YouTube. It's not a serious matter, but if you want to come join me on YouTube, please do sub. Please do hit me up in the comments. This is my YouTube channel. It's a joke. It's entertainment oriented. That's why it's not under my name or anything like that. I also have a Twitch account that I am keeping exclusively to game streaming, and there will be some game streaming on my YouTube account, and so you can see how it's going live to my the latency on that is incredibly low. I'm just taking note of that. The latency on my Twitch, I mean, you could notice there that the latency is incredibly low. So I think it speaks to the viability of Twitch as a platform. My Vimeo account is dedicated to incredibly serious matters. It is under my legal name. So if you want to regard some of the serious things that apply to me, my Vimeo account is about that. I have a SoundCloud account that is all my original music, and I changed the accessibility of the content at my own kind of whim. So there is some privatized content here that I am keeping private for the time being, and there are free downloads, and I'm going to make an ongoing effort at producing new music as often and as good new music as I can. So out of all the platforms that I'm currently trying to dedicate myself to, those are the ones that I would share with you. And thank you for any attention that you're able to pay to me. I appreciate it. Let's get back to these ladies here, because I don't want to go diverge too far from what the supposed intent of this channel is. So we're gonna have to go back to Bloomberg Tech. Gonna go to history, and we're gonna go
agency. But with respect to what we're going to do at the SEC, I hope that we can provide clarity in a few different areas. One would be, I put out a token safe harbor to give some clarity around token distribution events. I think we need to approve an exchange traded product based on Bitcoin, and frankly, we've gotten new applications in on based on ETH as well.
So crypto in general, I think it's important to examine what value it has. Just as stocks, just as any abstract commodity, abstract product in the open market. And I think the main concerns about crypto is that, does it have any inherent value? Number one. And does it have any purchasing power? Number two. We can give it purchasing power ourselves. That's up to us. That's up to each one of us to begin to implement the value, the purchasing power of crypto in any way respect. Small businesses. If I run a small business, I could market my product by saying, if you purchase in Cardano, you can get a cup of coffee at a discount rate. Because I believe that Cardano will go up, I have a system in place where I can exchange my Cardano for cash. I have done the math, and it seems like a viable option for me. So on that level, we can market products, we can achieve purchasing power with crypto by doing that individually. If you're somebody who bets on sports, you could begin to wager your friends in various altcoins. As far as the value for the average consumer, blockchain technology, given my limited and spotty at best understanding, would offer us a heightened degree of security in data transfer via the web. If developing things where data encryption is necessary, that could be of great value if I want to keep my things private. However, in acknowledging the value and quality of open source software, it definitely brings this into question. This is the technical question. This is what I would like anyone who is greatly knowledgeable about crypto, and I have a friend who's a PhD, and I would like an answer to this specific question. How do we say that the encryption is of such great value, the data security is of such great value as provided by blockchain, if we can acknowledge that things like Blender or other free open source pieces of software are incredibly inherently valuable and in some cases superior to things that are being charged hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in order to use, like Autodesk's suite. So if I want to use the Autodesk suite, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Autodesk, we can go to their site right now, but Autodesk is charging $400-500 a month in order to use a piece of software that, comparative to Blender as an open source piece of software, is pretty much negligible, and in some cases Blender will facilitate things in a superior way. So one wonders if that is not an inflationary tendency on behalf of the crypto market. It's an overvaluation in that respect. Correct me if I'm wrong. Data security is of value if I am developing software or if I am in dire need of data security. I suppose if I already possess a lot of capital assets, at the same time, you're still entrusting those capital assets to the same thing, whether it's a bank or whether it's these new guys, these software developers in cryptography. It's the same. You can call it decentralized, but it's the same. It's just not physical. And in some cases, the physical infrastructure that accompanies traditional banking systems is preferable because it's giving you somebody to answer to instead of the blockchain itself. Oh, there was a glitch on the blockchain, somebody stole my money. So crypto has to answer to this.
And then we need to provide some clarity around custody for regulated entities, so for broker dealers and investment advisors. So those are some of the areas I'd like us to take action in.
Now, the SEC filed a lawsuit in December against Ripple Labs, creator of the XRP token, and the claim is that that XRP is an unregistered security. Why did this happen now?
Well, I can't speak to any litigation that's ongoing, but I can say that we have been bringing enforcement actions now in this space since 2017. I anticipate that as long as there's activity in this space, there will be enforcement in this space. But that said, I've been very clear about the fact that I think we need to provide regulatory clarity before we spend too much more time on enforcement where there's not fraud involved.
So that leads to the question, XRP has been on the market for 8 years. When does a digital asset become a security or maybe something else? And how does the SEC determine that?
Well, I think that is a difficult question, and it's something that I've also...
This is another way to assert the value of crypto. This is an important thing. At present, crypto is corrupt because when I open my Coinbase account, and I do have a Coinbase account, if I want to transfer my Bitcoin to my bank account, thus far, it has not allowed me to do that. So let's try to sell my crypto. Add a withdrawal method. PayPal only. Nah, not good. I have a bank account registered with Coinbase. I have a bank account already registered with Coinbase. I would sue Coinbase for fraud because they are putting forward the blatant impression that one can withdraw for cash funds. I have registered my checking account with the Bank of Montreal with Coinbase. I should be able to trade my Bitcoin at the very least for cash rather than going through Elon Musk's former company. If I can buy, I have to be able to sell with the Bank of Montreal. That's it. I'm going to leave it there. Because I think nothing more need be said. I think I have a decent lawsuit. I'm going to sue Coinbase today, as anyone who's in the position to do so should.